Professor Mezran, can we come in?
Of course, of course.
First, I'm going to film here.
How do you want me to put
Today, we're here with Professor Karim Mezran, who is an adjunct professor of Middle East Studies here at SAIS Bologna. Thank you very much, Professor, for being with us.
Thanks to you.
And most of our blog posts have been on procedures relating to applications, about the SAIS Bologna Center, about SAIS Washington. So sort of, we write about SAIS. But I thought today it would be great to take advantage of your presence, Professor Mezran, to talk about what's happening in Northern Africa, in the Middle East. You're an expert in these areas. You've been following it very closely, so it's an opportunity for us to ask you a couple questions. And my first question is, should we have foreseen what is happening in these countries in advance? And if we did not see it in advance, why not?
Well, first of all, let me begin by saying that when I was a student entering my master, one of my professors told me the very first time, laugh in the face of whoever tells you to be an expert on the Middle East, because there is no such a thing. At most, we are students of that geographic area. Going back to your question, should we have foreseen it? We don't foresee things. We try to do analysis and try to gather the data and try to analyze what the situation is. All the data were pointing to different cases, so it was a humbling experience for all of us. Something happened that went undetected, and it is very important that we realize that, and it's very important that we know that even working with the data, knowing the region, understanding everything is not enough to foresee things.
As we look at what is being called the Arab Revolution, how is it relevant to SAIS students? Is there something is there a connection between these types of events and what goes on here?
Yes, absolutely. What happened is exactly what they study, from the economic point of view, from the social studies point of view, from the political point of view, from every sort of point of view. Whatever they study here gets exactly into the analysis of the situation as they have evolved, and it's cutting-edge scholarship, and it's really a learning experience. It's a perfect case study that would force the students to put together all the information they acquire here into the analysis of such a situation.
And as far as you're concerned, what are the lessons to be learned from the last month's events in these countries?
As I said before, it's a humbling experience. We tend to look at certain data and we tend to miss other data. When we go to the area, we tend to go and talk to officials, other foreign officers, we go to talk to professors, we go to talk to dignitaries of the state, and we tend to forget the people. We tend not to really look for the real situation. Seeing all the people that were in Tahrir Square made me think that we missed a good chunk of them, because we were thinking about the Islamists, we were thinking about the state, we were thinking about the few political parties were being formed, and we missed completely the hundreds of thousands of people that were learning their politics, sitting home, studying through the internet and dialoguing with their colleagues from all over the world. If
you look into your crystal ball, and this is the last question, what do you see happening in the next few weeks and months?
Well, as the situation evolves, we are still in the middle of it. Tunisia has not been solved. There continues the reaction and action by demonstrators. Egypt, we have to see how the transition goes. There are riots in Oman, there are riots continues in Bahrain. Libya is an open-ended question. There have been riots in Algeria and in Morocco. The situation is evolving or involving in a very quick way. So we really need a crystal ball to see how it's going, but it's not going to be nice in the short term. It will be probably a good transition to a more democratic and open systems in the medium to long term. But in the next few months and maybe a year, we're going to see a lot of hard things.
Thank you very much, Professor Mezran.
Thanks to you.
Cheers.